everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Moriah, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank y'all for clicking on today's video. So I posted this holiday glam look on my Facebook and Instagram, and I got some really good feedback on it and a few video requests. So I went ahead and put a video together for you guys, which I hope you really enjoy today. If you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up for me. Also guys, if you're not already subscribed, please hit the red subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. And yeah, if you want to see how I achieve this glammy Christmas holiday look, I don't even know what to title this yet, but if you want to see this look, keep on watching. Okie dokie, so I'm going to start with taping off my eyes. I want a super sharp look today. We're just going bold all over the place. So I'm going to tape that off. I'm going to use this e.l.f. concealer to prime my eyes. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Cinnamon. I'm going to use my Morphe M173 to blend it out. I'm going to go ahead and set it with this Laura Mercier setting powder. This is in translucent. I'm just going to put a little bit in the lid. I'm going to go ahead and set both eyes, and then I'm going to do one of my eyes like the full glam off camera because I'm going to be talking through this video and I don't want it to be too long. So I'm just going to set that. Why did I use that brush? Oh well. Okay, so I did this eye off camera just to save some time. So I'm going into my Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going into this shade right here. And I'm using my Morphe M441 brush. This is going to be my transition shade. I have to use a transition shade because sometimes I take my shadows like way too high, and my transition shade just helps me stay in check. And I'm just going to add it right there into the crease area. Y'all see my crease right here? Staying in there. And then I'm going to work this shade up, but I'm not going right up under my eyebrow. So you don't want to like start up too high, like right up under your eyebrow, or you're going to look crazy. And I'm just dipping in and building up the coverage. And then slowly work it up. But remember, don't get right up under your eyebrow. And I'm going to go in with a little bit more, going back into the crease and working it up so it's not too dark. So you can still see like the highlighted area up under my brow. I haven't put any of this red shade on there, and that's what we want. We don't want it to be right up under the eyebrow. Next, I'm going into this super deep green shade, and I'm just using a little fluffy brush. I'm going to start over here in the outer corner of my eye and work it in. I'm going right into the crease, like barely into the crease. I'm just building the shade up. And I'm going to bring it all the way around. Then with my Morphe M504 brush, I'm going into this deep reddish brown color, and I'm going to blend out that green shade, just the very tip of it, with this. And this is going to require like kind of a lot of going back and forth just to like get the colors where you really want them and to get the shades to build up nicely. But I'm doing this because I really don't want any harsh lines. Like sometimes I'll look back at my pictures and be like, oh my gosh, I should have used another shade to blend that out. I got all these harsh lines going on. And it's still not always perfect, but I mean, practice does make perfect. It takes time, and I'm still learning too. I'm going back into the green, and I'm just going to build it back up a little bit. I'm going into my crease, no higher than the crease. I'm just making sure this green color is deep enough. And I think that's pretty good. And then I'm going back into that red brown shade. And I'm gonna blend out the very edge of that green. Just right on the edge. I'm not going into the green because I don't want to soften it or turn it muddy. So just the edges. And I think I got it to where I like it. Now I'm just gonna go back into the first shade I used, which was this kind of brick red color here. And I'm just going to blend out that red brown. So as you can see, it's like a lot of going back and forth, but it really helps to like get your colors on point. You don't want your eyeshadow to look crazy. So we're done with that part. Now to add some color. So I'm just going to use this Color Tattoo Eye Chrome as a base. This is in the shade Electric Emerald. And I'm going to pop it in the middle of my eye just to get a good little base and kind of carve out where I want to put my shimmer. I'm not going like right up into my crease, but just kind of under my crease. And then I'm going to pat it out with the Morphe M124 brush. Just patting it out and kind of shaping and gauging where I want the shimmer to go. I may have gone out too far. If you do, it's okay. You can go back and fix it. Okay, so I'm going into like this mossy shimmery green here. Shows up different on the camera, but it's green. And I'm just going to pat that on all over where I put that base. And then I am going back into the deeper green color. And I'm just going to basically push this into the shimmer so that there are no harsh lines and I get a little bit of a transition. So that's it for the eyeshadow, mostly. I don't know if I want to add a pop of shimmer in the tear duct area yet. I'm going to wait until closer to when I'm done with my face, but I'm going to go ahead and take off the tape. we got our straight edge. This side is a little bit like higher up than the other side, but it's whatever. So I'm just gonna take a baby wipe and clean up the edge over here. I want to go ahead and do something to my bottom lash line just because I'm going to try to get the eyes finished first. I always hop around, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to take, I'm going to take this flat brush. This is by e.l.f. It's an eyeshadow brush. I'm going into the deep green color here. And I'm just applying it to that bottom waterline. Taking a Morphe M506 brush, I'm dipping into the red brown. These do have names, but I lost the little card with all of the shade names on it. So I'm just making up color names. And I'm just going to blend out that green. Moving on to the face. I think the face is my favorite part. It's just so soothing and therapeutic. I love putting makeup on my face. I'm going to go ahead and moisturize using the e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. And then I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. The reason I'm going with all of these hydrating things is because my skin is just really dry lately from it being cooler outside. And I think my hormones, like being pregnant, has made my skin dry out. Most people get oily, but I am dry. So we got that all nice and prepped. I feel like these two steps should be done a little bit sooner just because, you know, you need to let all of that kind of sink into your skin and give your skin time to prep itself. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next thing. So I'm taking my Laura Mercier setting powder and putting that into the lid. And then with my damp beauty blender, I'm just going to basically set my primer, set in my whole face. This is going to help me have like a flawless finish. I got this trick from Jackie Aina. If you watch Jackie Aina's videos, oh, her face is always so flawless. And she does this. I'm using my Fenty Beauty foundation and my e.l.f. foundation. I'm just going to mix them because I've already said this, but nothing matches anymore. See if that's my color. That's close enough. That'll do. So I'm going to apply this with the beauty blender. Just so I can look a little bit airbrushed today. I think a beauty blender is really, really nice if you want that airbrushed look. But if not, you can use a brush and probably will get the same effect. And then for my neck, I'm just going to go in with my Sonia Kashuk brush and take the remainder. Can't decide what concealer I want to use. I have my Fenty, my e.l.f., and my CoverGirl concealer. I feel like CoverGirl is the warmest and might look best with this look, but I really want to be super bright today, so I might use a couple of them. I think I'm gonna use my CoverGirl concealer, and I'm just gonna go back over this with my Fenty, just to give me a little bit more brightness. I'm highlighting all of these little key areas, especially my mustache, because woo, my stuff gets dark and it like ends up popping out through my foundation, and I hate that. Alright, I got my damp beauty blender. This is by e.l.f. I love their sponges. They're so good and so cheap. I think I use this one more than I use my expensive beauty blender. I'm going back in with this little beauty blender, and I am going to soften up those harsh lines. This still has my foundation on it, so it's perfect. Just blend out the harsh lines, harsh edges. See, I'm bright, but I want to be just a smidge brighter. I think I'm going to use the e.l.f. today. I'm going to use I'm going to use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer to just brighten up a little, just a tiny bit more. So that's a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and set it right away. Same powder as earlier. This is my favorite setting powder. This one and the e.l.f. setting powder and the Too Faced setting powder. They're all really good. And once again, just blending out any harsh little edges. And I think we're looking pretty good. I'm going in with my e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Rich Ebony. And I know I use this like in every single video, but when I really like something, I try to stick with it. And later I might, I might go and try a new product out. I have a ton of different concealers, but I just really like this one. Using the Chic Pro Angle Brush to blend that out. And I really don't like go in on my forehead because my forehead is super duper small. If you have a really small forehead, you don't need to contour your forehead. You can bronze it up just to bring some color back into your face, but like you really don't need to contour it. I'm using a little angled brush by Sonia Kashuk. I'm just carving that nose bridge out. So I'm going to go in and bronze up with my Fenty Beauty bronzer. This is in Mocha Mommy. I'm going to use this powder brush. The Mocha Mommy is like super red on me, so I'm not going to take it on my nose area, just on my cheeks and a little bit on my forehead. I mean, I feel like I could use this as blush as well, but I'm not going to. I do need to set my nose contour though. I'm going into the palette I used earlier, and I'm gonna like take a little bit of probably this shade and this shade. I'm gonna mix them together. I'm gonna try to be super duper light-handed because I don't want this to look disastrous. And lightly dust it on my nose contour. Okay, I think that did the trick. For a blush, we're gonna use the e.l.f. Always Spicy. I'm just gonna take the same, actually no. I'm gonna take my blush brush by Real Techniques. And lightly dust that on. And I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose. So that's what we're looking like so far. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight. I take this on the very tip of the brush and go over my nose area, the tip of my nose, and I'm gonna get the bridge. Like I said, I want it to be super duper glowy. I'm gonna put a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Not too much because you don't want to look like you have a sweaty lip, but just a little bit. It's a nice little glow. What do y'all think? I'm going back into my Jaclyn Hill palette because I need to put some lashes on. But I'm going to grab this black shade and I'm just going to take a little Morphe M508 brush and sweep it right over my lash line. I'm not doing a liquid liner today. I'm just gonna throw some of this on. So let's go ahead and set the face using the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This stuff is amazing. And it smells really good. I don't know what they put in there, but it smells good. I feel like I do want to put some kind of glow in my tear duct area. So once again, you know what? I think I'm gonna use my highlighter. Just a little bit of the highlighter. And we're going to brighten up the tear duct area. I'm using a Chic Pro smudger brush. And I'm just gonna add a little bit. Ooh, it's so bright. I'm just gonna add a little bit up in there. I think that did the trick. I got my lashes on and I feel pretty cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips. I'm using the ColourPop X Ellery Ultra Matte Lip. This is in the shade Anyways, and I'm going to use that like to line my lips today. It's pretty dark, so and y'all, my lips are like permanently scarred from biting them when I was younger. So don't be coming for me in the comments about my lips looking cracked. They're just really scarred. I'm using my e.l.f. Liquid Matte Lipstick. This is in the shade Red Vixen. I'm just gonna pop that in the middle of the lip. Sorry about the little lump in the background, y'all. That's my cat. This is it for the final look, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you like the video, please don't forget to leave a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video.